Hello everybody, I'm ellbristow, this is Ellitopia Gaming, and welcome back to Tharsis. Our first play episode was quite successful as far as views and likes and comments and things were concerned. The game itself, we were not quite so successful. However, since the first play episode, I have had a fair bit of practice on this game. So I thought I'd do another little video now that I know a little bit more about the mechanics of the game and the tactics of the game. So I thought that we could have another bit of a playthrough. So we are going to have a new game. And you will see here, setting up a new game, something that we didn't have during the tutorial. We can pick the crew for our ship. Now, originally I started with just these four. But as you play the game, you can unlock extra people with different abilities. So this one here, I've unlocked the technician. They can give you an extra 2 assists, which is quite handy later on in the game. The problem is if I want to use this person, I have to drop one of these. And I'm not really sure which one I would want to drop. I suppose perhaps this one, the specialist who gets 1 reroll. Because I don't really use the extra reroll all that much, or if I do, it doesn't really give me a huge advantage. So we're going to try with Joy Lee the assist and not Alison Silva, and we are going to play on normal difficulty, and we're going to confirm.
We had prepared for any disaster, for every disaster. Not all of them at once. We can't turn back, but how can we go on?
Okay. So here is our initial setup. The cluster of micrometeoroids has struck. It's destroyed the whatever that unit was there, as we saw in the tutorial from the first play video. If you didn't see that, then go back and watch the first play video, because that we played through the tutorial. We have our 4 people, and we have 2 events to deal with. This one will cause us 2 damage if we don't sort it out, and this one will lose 1 food. Let's see, where are we? 3 dice, 2 dice, 1 dice, 3 dice. This one is probably the most important, and it's going to be the trickiest one to clear. It causes 2 damage, although we could use the mechanic to counteract the damage. So 14. Right, let's use the mechanic in... Yeah, we'll use the mechanic in here. Additional moisture in the greenhouse has led to the plants being oversaturated. The decrease in supply production could be devastating. So we need 14 repair, and we need to avoid rolling 2s because they will be thrown into stasis. And ideally, if we can get a 5 or above, we can use that to shore up the ship, which means that 2 damage won't be quite so devastating. So let's see what we roll. That was a very odd bit of physics there on that dice. We've rolled 7. We've rolled 2 3s, which we could use to harvest an extra food. Which means if we lose 1 food, that doesn't actually cost us anything. So I think we might do that. I think we'll go like this. We'll harvest an extra food up here, and then we'll re-roll that one. Hopefully that'll get us a 5 or above. No, it's rolled us another 3. Okay. Well, let's put that in there and we'll get another food. There we go, lots of food. Finish deployment. Okay, so now we need to address this one a little bit, I think. 23 is quite a lot, so we need to at least work some of that down. Let's roll. He's only got 2 dice, so we need a big roll. 10, that's not bad. Yeah, we'll use that. That'll take that down to 13. That's him done. And then the doctor hopefully can run in there and clear that 13. Yeah, that's probably going to be best. And then Joy Lee, what was your... Oh, you get the extra 2 assists. We'll see if we can use her to get 2 more assists. So you come down here, and we'll roll your 3 dice. We've got an assist to protect that from stasis. We've rolled 9. I think we will take the 5, and then we'll re-roll those 2. 6, 7, 8, 9. Excellent. 6, 9. Event complete. Finish deployment. So we've avoided that damage, which is fantastic. This one's going to lose us 1 food, but we already picked up 2 food, so that's not a problem. Joy, we're going to deploy you where you are. And we will roll, and hopefully you'll get a 5 or above. No, that's a 3. Reroll. And that's another 3. Okay, so we can't use that to get 2 assists. We'll put that in research. What have we got down here? Plus 2 assists for 2 research. That's not bad. 10% stress, minus 10% stress all crew. Don't need that at the moment, but that'll be handy. And +1 die all crew. Okay. So he got some stress because he... Oh, sorry, this is the impending damage. So we lost 1 food.
Sour. The crew's and my own. But if I can't lead them, we're all dead. I need to get it together.
Okay. So at the end of this turn, we have a side project to do. Now, +1 dice for us, -2 ship. +2 health for us, -1 ship. +1 dice we can do without because we have got food. +2 health for these would be very handy, and we can suffer 1 ship damage. So we're going to choose that one. Okay, and here's the food. So let's give... See, you get assists. You give other people dice. You do repairs, and you do health. Health is okay at the moment. Repairs, we were okay. You can have that one, and you can have that one, I think. Because you've got more chance of rolling so that we can have some assists, which means their rolls will be more worthwhile. You can give other people dice, which means... Yeah, okay. So, 2 new events. This one is going to cause us 1 damage, and this one is going to cause -1 health to everyone. So we need to ideally get over here and fix this one. Now, one of the mechanics that I didn't really understand or explain in the first play video, if there is an event in a module, you cannot pass through that module without taking health damage. So, for example, this person is in one with an event. If they come out of that room, they take 1 health damage. This person, likewise, if they come out of the room, they take 1 health damage. This person can move into that room without any damage, but if they go through it, they will take some damage. So that's an interesting mechanic. You can't go through a damaged module without taking a health penalty. So, ideally what we want to do is we want to clear this one and then send everyone over here to avoid that, because -1 health all is quite a hefty penalty. 1 ship damage we can take, especially if the mechanic can fix it. So, the thing is, who do we want to do that? I think what we'll do is we'll run Gene. No. See, 14, we can't do that with 2 dice. Which means he can't do that with 2 dice either. Tricky. We might be taking the 1 health damage on this. It's an awkward situation unless we sacrifice 1 health of one of these people to go and deal with that. Tricky. See, if you take damage, that's not so bad. I could move you out and you can go there. And then if you get a bad roll, you can at least repair the ship, which means this one's less important. Yeah, let's do that. We're going to take 1 health damage with him. So he's down to 4. Then we'll roll his 2 dice. Hopefully we'll avoid the stasis. Oh, look at that roll. 11. Nice. That was definitely the move to do. Only 7 left to have that completely repaired, which we can do with 2 dice. Finish your deployment. Okay, so you now could take 1 health damage, or you could take 1 health damage. Yeah, if you take 1 health damage, you're far more likely to be successful. Okay. Roll 4 dice. Okay, we need 7. We have a 4 and a 3, which is good. We can then gain 2 assists from your ability. And we have this 6. We could put that in research, or we can recover her 1 health. That's a bit of a waste of a dice, so I'm going to put that in research, which means we can either do -10 stress all crew, or +2 assists if necessary at some point. So that's good. Okay, finish that deployment. So now we're going to lose 1 food, but we don't have any food to lose, so that's okay. Let's use you in here, because we can't do this with 2 dice, but we might do it with your 4. Let's roll. What do we get? 6 in there, a 2. We rolled 14. Now, let's use the... let's use the 6. Leaves us with 8. Now, we could do that with 2 dice instead of 3. But then if we re-roll, we might get lower than 8 from 3 dice. Mind you, it's unlikely to get lower than 8 from 3 dice. Yeah, let's re-roll, see what we get. 4. 7. Ouch. Okay, so we did mess that one up. So, let's go. We'll put the 4 in there. And then we'll use the 1 and the 2 in there, I think. Yeah. Okay, finish deployment. Okay, so we need to clear this 4. We've got 2 dice. We don't need to worry about that one so much. Okay, so we can deploy there. And please roll more than a 4. A 4 and a 3. Okay, so we can clear that. That's event complete. We can re-roll that. See if we get a 5 or above. It's a 2. Okay. Nothing we can do about that. So let's finish deployment, and we'll have to waste that dice, which is a shame. But here we go. Impending damage. -1 food, which we didn't have.
I let my fear get the better of me, but the others have proven me wrong. I'm proud of how the crew has come together. I think we might actually have a chance.
I left the cursor on the screen for that. Sorry about that. Okay, so side project. +1 food, -1 health, +2 assist, and +20 stress for those 2. Their stress level's not terrible. +2 assists would be handy. Although we've got... Have we got some assists at the moment? Where's the... view the ship. Oh, we've got 1. So having 3 would be good. +1 food would also be good, but -1 health is not so good. -1 health for those 2. He's got 4. She's got 5. Well, they can suffer it, and the food would be good for the dice. Yeah, okay. We're going to choose that, and we get the food, and we'll give the food to the doctor, I think, because the doctor can hopefully cure some people. New events. 3 new events. This is going to be nasty. Going to have to prioritise these. There's 2 damage. We can suffer 2 damage. System failure is not so bad. It just means we can't use the ability of that module. -1 dice all. That could be quite painful. So let's go and take out -1 dice all. Hopefully, let's roll. Ooh, injury on 6. We've got 1 assist. Let's try not to roll any 6s, even though we've got to roll 12, which is... there's a 6. We've used that assist, but that's fine. We can take that 6. Gives us 6 left. Do we want to re-roll and see if we can get a 6 in 1 dice? No, we're not going to, are we? So we'll use those. There we go. Event complete. So we've avoided everyone losing a dice, which is good. Now we need to try and stop this damage, I think. That's going to probably be the best way to do things. If I send the captain first, then she can go in and hopefully can add some health to people, I think. So we'll send the captain in first. And roll. Roll high, roll high. 6. Ooh, they both hit the void. So we've only got the 6. Oh, do I use that there and get regain dice? And then suffer the ship damage? What else have we got here? 1 die, +1 die all crew. We could use that. Right, let's use that 6 there. We use this to give everyone 1 extra dice. I should have used that earlier. So So now she's got 5 dice and he's got 2. Okay, so she can go in there, but shall I send him in there first? They're not imperative. Yeah, we'll send him in there. He can roll. 4 and 2. 2 goes into the void. The 4 is good though. We can use that. So we need 15 from 5 dice. I'm fairly sure we can do that. If we avoid 1, 2 and 3. Please. Oh, what a roll. 1 got into stasis, but look at this. This is fantastic. We've rolled 22. Now, how should we use this? 5, 10, 15 would clear it, but that would mean that we've only got these 2 dice left. So 22, 15, use it 3 would be 12. 2 5s, no, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're going to have to use 4 dice, unfortunately. But then we can add 1 health to... Yeah, okay, so 5, a 4, a 3, and then the other 5 clears that event. And then we have a 5 here that adds 1 health to all the crew in this module, and there's 3 of them. So there we go. That's increased everyone's health by 1 there. Yeah, not bad, not bad. So we lose 1 health, 1 food, but we don't have 1 food. And a system fail, well, it's a system fail, so we don't have... It doesn't actually cause any damage.
Looks grim. We lost more than half our supplies with the module. If we don't find some creative solutions, we'll starve before we ever reach Mars.
Okay, so the stresses are starting to get to people. Oh, mind you, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. This here, look, minus 30 stress for us. And no negative. Or this is minus 30 stress for everybody, but 1 damage to the ship. I don't really want to take the damage to the ship, so we'll take this one. Minus 30 stress for these, which means they'll be very not stressed at all, hopefully. So we'll choose that. Okay, with the limited supplies aboard, it is unclear if we can maintain our strength for the long trip to Mars. There is another option. The body of Mapia is still in the medical bay and has been well preserved. What is more important, the mission or our humanity? So this is where we get a slightly questionable option for our crew. We have the preserved body of the former staff member, the former crew member, and we can use that for food. Each one will give us, at this point, 2 dice and minus 1 maximum health. So that means that the health cap would be reduced. The more you use it, it says each usage will decrease the overall health of the crew member and cause significant stress. The benefit increases as crew perish. So the more crew you lose, the more dice this method will give you. It's questionable, but this guy could do with more dice. He's only got 1. She's got 4, she's fine. He's got 3, he's okay. She's got 3, she's okay. They're okay for the moment. This one could do with more dice. So I am going to use this option. So we see he loses 1 maximum health, but he gains 2 dice from this. His stress also kind of skyrocketed there as well. But yeah, okay, there we go. New events. 2 new events. Okay. One is minus 1 dice for all, one is minus 1 health for all. Ideally, we could do with getting rid of both of those. She's in a good place to clear out the 1 dice for all, and these 3 are in a good place to clear out this one, so I think we might be alright on this turn. So we need to avoid 5s, because they cause an injury. We've got 1 assist, so we can afford to roll 1 5. We did roll 1 5, but we've also rolled 15. So, yeah, let's use it. All done. Nice. 1 person managed to clear that 15. That's fantastic. This one, minus 1 health for all. Who do we want to run this one? 13. We can do that in 3 dice. Would we be better off using the doctor and trying to do it with 4 dice and then using the mechanic for repairs or the captain to give people extra dice? Or do we just use the captain, give everyone extra dice, and then we've got more chance of actually succeeding? There we go, let's try that. He's rolled a 6. He took an injury from rolling a 1. But if we put the 6 in there, these each get an extra dice, including himself. We can regain 2 dice by putting a dice in there, which we could do with the stasis dice. So he's got 5 dice now, which is good. And we can re-roll that one and see what we get. It's a 2, not fantastic. But we can put that in there. That reduces that to 11. So we can finish that deployment. So now, do we go for the mechanic or the doctor? I think we'll go for the mechanic. Hopefully he'll clear that, and then we can send the doctor in for the food. So let's deploy. Roll. Notice his dice have taken on a slightly different effect. Ooh, okay. So he can regain dice by putting that in there. He's rolled the 11 that we need. There's the 6 and a 5. Clears that event. We can put that in there to give us 1 extra ship up here. And we can put that in there to give him 2 extra dice. That's a pretty good roll. Finish that deployment. So we cleared the event, and my goodness, these have all got 5 dice. So let's send the doctor in to see if she can clear this one, and she might even be able to give us some food. Not with a roll like that, you can't. Oh yeah, you can actually. You can give us the food, because we can go a 1 and a 1. That gives us 1 food. We can go another 1. That gives us 2 food in case, because we're going to lose 1, aren't we? So there we go, and there we go. So that's down to 8. We finished that. We're going to lose 1 food. There we go. But we've still got 1 left, which is good.
Arrived, not from Earth, but from Mars, from Tharsis. An impossible signal from an impossible source. Is this what we're searching for? Who's transmitting this signal? Was there another mission to Mars? One sent before ours? Or is the message coming from someone else?
Interesting. The plot develops. Look at all those dice everybody's got. We're doing quite well here. So, choose a side project. We've got +1 food, -1 ship, or -30 stress for those 2. Now the yellow one is the one that took the stress before from the questionable food situation. So reducing their stress would be good, and there's no negative for that. So let's go for that one. We've now got 1 food we can use, so Joy can have that. We don't need to use any of this down here. And there we go. All but 1 have a full set of dice. So, now, Joy can give us assists. This up here is particularly risky because there's 3 injury dice, which means whoever's going to go in there is more than likely going to take an injury. This one should be relatively easy to clear. There's 1 injury dice and 1 stasis dice. I think we're going to roll Joy first. Where is Joy though? Joy's in there. Ship repair. Do we want ship repair or do we want her somewhere else? Yeah, let's leave her in ship repair. And we'll deploy her where she is. No risk of any of her dice being lost, etc. Not a fantastic roll, but we can use that for 2 assists. These just have to be equal to give a ship repair, so we can use the 2 1s, which gives us 2 more blobs of ship. So the ship is quite safe for the moment. Do we re-roll, see if we get another 1 and then use the rest in there? Yeah, why not? Let's re-roll, see if we get another 1. We don't. Okay. So the 6 and the 4 can go in there. So we've now got 2 research. We can use that for +2 assist, or we can use that for -10 stress all crew. Not bad. Okay, so she didn't actually address any of the issues, but she has given us some leverage, let's say. Captain. You give people extra dice, don't you? So that's not going to be much use in here at the moment because he's got full dice. So, who do we use in here? He's got less health, so let's not send him to this one because he could die in one roll if we clear the assists. So let's deploy him here. 5 dice. 5 good dice. 19 we've rolled. We don't need to give people +1 dice. They just need to match for us to use that. So we'll go 5, 10. $13. You can regain... You've only got 1 dice to gain, but you can regain a dice from that, and we'll put that in research. So we could use no movement damage there, but we don't really need to do that. So that worked out well. And then the mechanic can go to the CIR fire. Let's see if we can clear this. We've got to avoid 2, 3 and 4, but we have got 3 assists. And we need to roll 22 with his... Oh, very glad that we did have those assists. Let's use the 5. We've got 11 and we need 17. Let's use the 4s. So we need 9. Can we re-roll and get 9 out of 2 dice? There's a 4 and a 2. Ouch! Both of which are injuries. So we didn't clear it completely, but there's only 3 left. And he's taken 2 injuries, which is not great. But we've still got the doctor here. Can hopefully clear out this food one. Roll. Come on, give us a good roll. That's a good roll. 5 and 3 makes 8. We have 2 4s. Let's re-roll those. Oh, I could have just used them as they were. That was stupid. That was really stupid. Okay. Right. Yeah, I messed that up. Okay, do we put that in here or do we restore 1 health for her? She doesn't really need to be restored 1 health for the moment. So we'll put that in there. I should have used those 2 4s in there and got some food. Now I've wasted a dice. Oh well. Never mind. We cleared the event, which was the important thing. So we're going to take 2 damage.
That suit, it's designed for the ectomy. Nobody has them but us. So who are they? And where did they get them?
So, side projects. +1 health for all crew, +20 stress, or +1 food and -1 health. +1 health all crew is pretty good for just 20% stress. She's not very stressed at all. He's pretty stressed, but we can probably clear that depending on what events we get come up in the next one. +1 food, -1 health. No, let's go for this one. There we go. Dice-wise, everyone's not too bad. Ooh, okay. Lots of damage coming in this one. We need to clear these out. She's got 4 dice, should be able to clear that. 4 dice should be able to clear that. 3 dice might not clear that. And that's a -1 health all. So, we're probably going to take 2 damage here. We've got 1 assist. I'm going to use some science to get 2 more. So that when we do her first roll, she doesn't get splattered. Here we go. 3 damage if we don't clear this event. We need to clear it. 2 assists, which were very much needed. Put that 5 in there. I might re-roll all 3 of those. Yeah, go on, let's re-roll those. 1 damage, 1 health, sorry. So that 5 can go in there, that 4 can go in there, and we need to re-roll that. Oh, we can't re-roll that. We'll have to just put it in there. We're going to take 3 ship damage from this one. Do we send someone in there to prevent that? See, that's 2 damage. That's -1 health all. -1 health all, actually, we can suffer at this point. So I'm thinking he's going to take 1 health to go in there, but really saving that 3 ship damage is more important at this point. So let's roll that. Ow! And that's killed him. He rolled 3 5s. And that's killed that man. Ouch. Okay. You're going to have to clear this and hopefully be able to repair one ship damage. Unless you can give us 3 ship damage. I don't think you can you? Or do you take... No. Oh, we've got a +3 ship there. Okay, we'll deploy you here. I don't think we're going to make it past this. Oh, he's dead. There he goes. It all goes wrong very quickly. 5 weeks to Mars. The best you can really do is attempt this one. We are going down, I think. Oh, and all 3 of those went into the void. Well, there we go. So it looked like we were doing quite well. We were doing quite well. But how quickly things can go wrong. Mission failure. Terminated by ship damage. Final score 682. Better than I did in the first play. Hint, with no assist, a crew member could lose health for every die they roll. Keep that in mind. Yes, indeed. That is one of the issues that we ran into. 682 is not a bad score. I have scored better. And I have got further into the mission. So if you would like to see me try this again, don't forget to hit the like button and leave a comment. Let me know if you spotted anything that I could have done better that I didn't spot myself. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already so that you get notifications next time a video goes live. So thank you for watching, everybody. I've been ellbristow, this has been Ellitopia Gaming, and you've been watching Tharsis. I will see you next time. I'm not sure if the blue means it's too cold. Yellow is probably too warm. So this kind of green... It changed. Okay.